Let me switch gears for a moment, get your thoughts on some of the comments the president made last night, particularly about Ilhan Omar, a U.S. citizen who actually happens to be both an immigrant and a member of Congress. Watch this.
What is going on with Omar? I've been reading these reports for 2 years about how corrupt and crooked she is. How the hell? Then she tells us how to run our country. Can you believe it?
You probably heard him there say, our country. You served on the president's National Hispanic Advisory Council. You know what people go through to become citizens in this country. Do you honestly think they should be treated as less American for it and not be considered part of this country?
Listen, I don't believe Ilhan Omar is less than American, assuming that her naturalization was legitimate, and there's a lot of questions about that. She has to answer a lot of questions.
Oh, my God.
Both about her own life.
You're saying her naturalization is not legitimate?
No, I'm saying I don't know, but I'm saying there are a lot of questions which she has yet to answer about marriages, about documents, and she certainly needs to answer a lot of questions about these recent revelations in the Project Veritas videotapes about vote stealing effectively and vote rigging in her district, apparently at her behest. I say apparently because we don't know that. But look, here's the point. We are pro-immigrant. I'm the son of an immigrant. So is Donald Trump, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. We believe in legal immigration, and legal immigration is a treasure to this country. But illegal migration is a scourge to this country. And that's what we have been very clear about during this entire presidency and during this campaign.
You know, there's no evidence that she illegally immigrated here when she came into this country. You're just throwing that out there without any evidence.
I didn't say evidence. I said questions.
Whoever this guy is, by the way, in the last clip and in this clip, he needs to be on MSNBC more. He needs to be on every media channel. He needs to be there questioning people. He does such a flawless job at executing. That was absolutely amazing. But by the way,
it was fantastic.
See how quickly this guy will go to identity politics. By the way, you know, I know a couple immigrants. Donald Trump is the son of an immigrant. You forget that. See how quick they'll go to identity politics when it benefits them after he questions. That is white supremacy, by the way, saying that this person is not actually American. Oh, she wants to tell us how to run our country. This is her country. She has done much more for it than Donald Trump. And this is the type of xenophobia, racism. This is the kind of thing that a lot of our country still believes. In my small town in central PA, everyone probably agrees with this sentiment. Like, oh, wow, there's no immigrants that live here. No immigrants live in freaking middle of PA. No immigrants. But still, all the problems here that are caused by big corporations and corrupt politicians, the people here will blame on immigrants. People will always blame on people who are going through the same exact struggles they are. And this is how people, you know, people don't have any class unity. People don't have any unity in general. They're told to listen and go lick the boot. Go lick that boot you love to taste. Don't actually join up with your fellow humans.
You know, it really does worry me so much when people just start distracting about immigration. No, it's again, it's a debate about open or closed. It's not a debate about legal or illegal. And at the end of the day, it really is about the fact that I think we would be better off if we had a more diverse country, if we had a country which included more people, if we made sure to allow refugees to come into this country. Because, by the way, it's also against international law to prevent refugees from coming in. But the Trump administration has been making it harder for people who are fleeing persecution to come into our country. That's a problem. That's an absolute problem. And I wish that we could have a more honest conversation about immigration, but unfortunately it becomes immediately polarizing, where people have an opinion about immigrants, and then, as you were saying there, they just immediately blame immigrants for all the problems in this country, or at least a lot of them.
And all the people who are in the concentration camps at the border, they're being prevented from going through the proper legal processes for asylum. They could be in America right now seeking asylum, and America, through that process, can say, we don't want you here, or you don't qualify for asylum. But what we're doing right here is leaving them in legal limbo, and we're keeping people there and essentially torturing them instead of either sending them back, you know, to wherever they came from, or letting them in the country through the legal process.
And people say, oh, well, I support legal immigration. Well, you're making it harder for people to come legally. You're making it harder for people to come legally. The legal illegal debate is a distraction. They are distracting you. It has nothing to do with legal or illegal. It has to do with, do you want a more open country, or do you want a closed off country? My view is a more open country is better. Let's have at least an honest debate about what we're actually talking about, because the legal stuff is a distraction. It's a complete distraction.
Well,
It's nothing to do with what is actually being debated, and it absolutely drives me crazy.
Even economics, for our total, economic output, immigration is good. The trade of labor is one of the biggest trades between countries there is globally when you talk about what happens economically. It allows local economies to operate at full capacity. It allows things to be, whatever you think about economics, whatever you think, if you're socialist, capitalist, you should be for legal immigration, because it does so much for our country. It does so much for other countries. It's a great thing. It's good. And there's a reason, we all know. There's a reason they're using Ilhan Omar to push forward this this fake Project Veritas voter scandal or whatever, the fake ballot collection or whatever. There's a reason they're using the person who came here as an immigrant, who follows Islam and who became a congresswoman, and she's also a woman. She is the prime target for white supremacists, for far-right conservatives. She is the prime target. She fits every demographic they hate. Due to their social hierarchies, they say someone coming from the working class like that is garbage, and they want to keep it that way. And they're going to use her because obviously a big chunk of Trump supporters, I would say, what would you say, 80 to 90%, they love attacking people like her. They don't think she's a real American, and it's really sad.